Good morning. It's Saturday, August the 30th. I'm Teddy, and just wanted to come on for a little Saturday mocha for all of you on this holiday weekend. Shout out to the mob, all my other beers. I call the Grizzlies and the Honey Beers. Let's start it off with a little morning coffee and chill, Korean style.
아직 난 몰라요 우연 속에 만나지겠죠
안 돼요 안 돼요 서두르진 않을게요
운명을 믿어볼래요 우린 너무 다르지만 맞춰보는 그 속도 나와 나
노력이 없다면 사랑하게 될까요
언제쯤 내게 올까요 하염없이 기다리면 그때가 올까요
그렇게 기대하던 타이밍
올까요 엄마 어디만 스쳐도 인연이란 어른들의 말은 옛날 얘기일 뿐인데
안 돼요 안 돼요 기다리다 놓쳐버린다면 후회할 텐데
우리 서로 애태우다 타버린 까만 속도 얼마나
기다려야 결국 사랑하게 될까요
언제쯤 내게 올까요 하염없이 기다리면 그때가 올까요
그렇게 기대하던 타이밍
올까요
그댄 내게 울먹이다 두렵다고 말했어 너무 빨리 사랑에 빠지면 헤어지게 될까봐
사랑을 시작할까요 하염없이 내리는 이 비가 그치면
우리 기다리던 타이밍 같아요 You're
So we need it smooth just like that. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I got some rest last night. Decided to just, try to reset my clock. Turn off the clock because so Lee, good morning. It's
I want you to know you're not the only one call me whatever you want just keep me entertained
some relaxing
blame
music.
it on my ADHD
I listen to a bit of
I
this.
can't focus on you lately I want you to know
for
생각보다
Saturday.
그렇게 착하지 않아 너뿐이라고 거짓말한 건 미안해 I really didn't know how fucked up are you Honestly I probably shouldn't live with you 난 생각보다 그렇게 착하지 않아 너뿐이라고 거짓말한 건 미안해 I really didn't know how fucked up are you
You still hear the
Honestly, I
music?
probably shouldn't live with you. I shouldn't live with you. I shouldn't live with you. 요즘에 우리 연락이 뜸해졌어. Funny how we both don't wanna care.
Is that better? And I can't hear the music at all. And I asked the other day if I switched off the volume while I was talking like this, if you could hear the music. And unless, I hit some other dial, I thought I would be able to do that. I appreciate it though. Yeah, I want to know. Maybe I should put my headphones on. So let's see.
그렇게 착하지 않아 너뿐이라고 거짓말한 건
I don't hear any music. You can. How's the volume? How's the volume? You know what? I tried just something different. So, yeah, that's fine. Let me. No music when you talk. Yeah, you want to hear my voice. I don't want you to hear over, I want you to hear what I have to say. Sorry, now why is my... All right, so I take it that is better for you. Now, when I was first playing the music without talking, was that okay? All right. And, all right, so let's get back to this. I was playing from some music. It's called Morning Coffee and Chill Korean. Although I was playing other music before I came on. I did. I was. That's good. You sound good. Hey, Cups of Conversations. I see you this morning. And yeah. And so as I was saying, I listened to some of that broadcast last night. I did. And by the time I thought I was going to come on, I was like, I'm wiped out. I need to just turn everything off. I actually did. I turned everything off early, about, 10, 15, something like that. After I sent out a message, I said, I'm not even going to try to listen to all of this. Yeah, I caught some of it. And what I'm referring to is the panel that was on Kimmy's last night, because it was, I guess, a part 2, or Pam was on. And then, to my surprise, Val came up again. Yeah. To the panel, and I thought, so I didn't listen to it as thoroughly last night. I did listen to a little bit more of it. It's like Saturday morning to see what it was about. Yeah. Because I told everyone I hadn't been keeping up with that story. And yeah. So I know different content creators have their rules, and definitely, I think, um, Kimmy was doing a good job trying to moderate things between Pam and Val. But from what I could hear, Pam said, I just, she was, wanted to say her piece, and then somehow Val ended up on the panel again. And so I guess it drew quite a big crowd. I haven't listened to all of it, but yeah. So as I was saying, just a short impression. Kimmy was there. She wanted to hear both sides. Try to get to the bottom of it. And Pam and Val, once friends, they are now feuding. Whether Val came to Kimmy's panel acting like, something happened on Tulsa's panel, or Pam says Tulsa ended peacefully. Who called whom and who went live first and most, and claims that, Val pitted this person, Roxanne or Tenneke, sowed discourse, or, all of this back and forth. I kept hearing like a few contradictions, and credibility flags, just on the surface. When a person says they're done and then they go live, and, which is fine. As a content creator, all of us, all content creators on their panel, and I think everyone would agree with me, I've never, on an individual, that's their platform, right? I think what people, at least what I want to hear, want to get at the truth. I want to see if there are any receipts. I'm listening carefully to see, even within the panel, if I, want to listen closely, if something is said and then there's a contradiction straight away, or a change in tone, or something like that. Because what it all leads to is how credible one person is to, compared to the other person. And in a conversation, can there be a back and forth so that both are actually listening and or hearing what the other person is saying? That's the first thing. That's the first thing. Can you hear what the person is saying? I have not been on panels many at all. When I went over to, for example, King World, and I'm going to have to, because I don't go to many panels, so I can only, fall back on my own experience or what others have said. Okay. And I was on the panel. He had asked me to come by and explain something. And then if it doesn't seem to, if a person doesn't agree, is one thing to disagree with someone. But if a person isn't being rude to you, I still disagree. He dropped me. Okay, he did. And yes, I said, please don't drop me. And the reason I would say that is just hear me out. Everybody has a different approach. I'm not rude when I'm on a panel. Okay? I'm not rude when I talk to people. Not one-on-one. I'm just not. I want to hear what the other side has to say, even if I disagree with them. Because if I don't know where their issue is, then I can't thoroughly address it at all. All right. I know the point is to get your point across. All right. But I like to hear both sides, even if I disagree. Even if I disagree, I want to hear that person's point of view. I do. Yeah. So Val said she was done. Then Pam says Val left Kimmy's live immediately and went live. Then Val later admitted multiple lives and argues, the sequence. That's mixed signals, a credibility drag. And don't get mad if that's the facts. Please don't. I'm just like everyone else listening. And I'm listening and I'm trying. I'm going to be fair. Even if, Val made some points and Pam made some points. But if a person is sending mixed signals, then who's most credible? Can both parties not be credible? Who initiated the contact? So there was some type of, voicemail left or message left, and some type of recording, I guess, that was played. Val says, don't call me. We have nothing to talk about. Then Pam, I called. She didn't answer. I left the voicemail. So both are accusing the others of, contact. The fact is that it gets muddied because each are claiming the high road. And then I really didn't understand or listen enough yet for this. Was there something about, Tulsa panel versus, this or that? So again, something about Pam saying that I guess it was friendly. Someone was singing hymns or, on Tulsa's panel. If that were the case, tell me if I'm interpreting that correctly. But then Val entered Kimmy's panel, rah-rah, as if something happened and that then the context either shifted from the tone off or on, and people were counting lives. The chat said 4, denied, there was less than 4, and then there were, added up. Yeah. And also, now, Pam has her point of view. Okay. Pam had her point of view on Val and her title. Okay. And Kimmy, basically, wanted to contain that because out of respect, for a title of evangelist. All right. Because it's like, all right, so tread lightly on, certain, titles and this or that. But people have heard me say some things. I have my point of view on it. Yeah. But again, it's a content creator trying and or moderating the content and controlling what, so that it's trying to be fair. And that's how I perceived it. Kimmy was, trying this time, saying, hold on, will you just let me, basically ask the questions? Because when Pam and Val start, talking immediately, well, when I say immediately, Just give it a little bit of back and forth banter. Then it's, goes full. Yeah. So, I mean, I could say something. When I'm talking about like identity and that. I think what Pam was trying to say a little bit, if you're going to lean in on being an evangelist, having that title, it comes with, for a lot of people who hear the title evangelist, I'll just say a lot of people, I didn't say most, I'll just say a lot of people, it carries with a little bit more weight, like morally. And so if you hear a voicemail and it's playing with severe profanity or personal attacks, then that creates a mismatch. And it can undermine the evangelist, let's just call it a standard of posture. So, from my point of view, I think that's what Pam was attempting to put that message there, but then calling her crackhead and, going back and forth. So she didn't see her in that way. Maybe at some time she did. Out of respect. Everybody wants to be respected. All right? Everyone wants respect. Right? It's just as if you were in a public space, let's just say. Whether you are Catholic or Protestant or Baptist or Jewish or Islamic or any of religion. All right? Any. If there was, and I'm just talking in a public space, no matter what your religion, I think, if a priest or, someone with the, let's just say you're in a grocery store. So I'm trying to just, I'm trying to make it as basic as I can. If you were in a grocery store and you saw a nun shopping, and typically when you see a nun, she's going to have on her, hair, dress, and her traditional, I think. But let's say that you did. For some reason, this is just me. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I got it all wrong. maybe I have it all wrong. But there's some differentiation that I'm going. I don't know. I just, I'm not going, if a priest that I didn't know, someone I didn't know spoke to me, right? Or just greeted me. Yes, I'm going to greet him the way I greet most people. But I'm probably going to think just a little bit different. I don't know. That's just me. So when a person carries, certain titles, or especially when it comes to that, and then if they see something that contradicts what they think or their expectations, then it just, yeah. And I think that's what Pam was trying. But again, Kimmy, let's just be real. just, because Pam was really leaning in on it and saying some things that were a little stinging when it came to that. She could have done it a different way. She could have. But that was the way she saw her. And yeah, there were some points that Val was trying to, make. She was saying, listen, just listen. A person wants to be heard. So she wanted to be listened to also. Did they ever get to the point? I haven't listened to all. Did they ever get to the point? I think at some point she just left, right? Yeah. Because if a person feels like they've hit a roadblock, then have you gotten far? I'm talking about if two people have decided that they are going to have a conversation. But if someone drops the line or feels dismissed, then that's just going to throw up even more of a barrier. And the next time it's going to be more difficult to get the point across. It is. And there might be some people that will say something about this. And fine, it's on their broadcast. But don't try to strike me. Don't try to, come after me. Don't try to threaten me with lawsuits. Don't try to do this or that. I am a content creator who is sitting and I can observe. All right? Don't just do something because you don't like me, or because you don't agree with, or because you stand with a certain person who is, considers or not, disagreeing with me. We can agree to disagree. All right? So I'm just saying that in lieu of fair use commentary, because there's a lot more that I would like to say. But because I know that there's some sensitivity to issues if I say something, to the point where there would be some real retaliation. And that's not necessary. This is my opinion. Why should I have to tip around, skip around, or talk around eggshells? No, that would mean anyone. If you do it in a respectful manner, then I think we can, make progress. We can make progress. But it's difficult to make progress if you're shouting each other down and screaming at the top of your, lungs to each other. Then no one can hear. And again, I appreciate those of you who, if my volume is with the music and all of that. Yeah, that doesn't hurt me when you tell me the truth. I'm not afraid of the truth. I'm not afraid of taking accountability. Pam said, she would take accountability for what she was either being accused of or not. I don't know everything. How? But when you have people, if they've been really close or friends, this is what I heard them both say, that they were friends. And something happened to cause this. Okay. So was there a betrayal? Yeah. I mean, if you're friends. Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to read some of your comments. There may be some, pushback. I don't know. Let's see. Yes, you can email me at unwinewithteddy@gmail.com. I see both my moderators, Baby Juju, Vicky Black. And let's read some of these comments. Why not? Saturday. It's 11 o'clock. Good morning, Junebug, Angie, first in. Comments, yes, all the comments that I'm going to read and the opinions of the chat are allegedly. And I did say, I can get it wrong too, and that's all right. If I recognize, yeah, okay, I got it wrong. Yeah. A tree is recognized by the fruit it produces. That's scripture. A tree is known by the fruit it bears. Cups of conversation. Kimmy spoke with Pam about Val's helm, and that's what got Pam and Val to speak. Okay. Pam thought, let me throw that up so you can see it. Pam thought her and Val were okay, but Val came on Kimmy's panel and started talking about Pam only used her to get around. Oh, Therese. Okay. Okay. To reread it silent. Mm-hmm. Out of the abundance of the mouth speaks, yes. Val went live after Kimmy's panel. I don't know what Val said, but that made Pam call and leave the voicemail. So that would follow. I mean, if that's all true, okay. And this is after she had left. You're talking about the first time they had a panel. She was on the panel, I assume. Angie said, it's getting very confusing sometimes to listen to panel. People seem to talk over each other. Mm-hmm. Yes. That happens sometimes. We should not all presume to be teachers, for we will be judged more sternly. True. We're all human. We're all, different roles at different times, listening like everybody else. And we're only one opinion, our opinion. Yeah. Mine's, someone can come up and just annul my opinion. That's their opinion too, right? Good morning. It is Jennifer Love Spewitt. Thanks for stopping through, as always. If you fall short, do better. Don't continue to repeat the behavior and give spiritual excuses. That's a hard one. Oh, y'all talking about jailhouse. You see, it's just hard to square that, I know. At least for some people. It is. So just accept that. Try to accept if you carry that title. I'm just saying. And you can annul me. You can curse me out. I don't care. But when you curse me out, I'm less likely to believe that the title that you wear is represents anything more than just words. Let me just say that. All right. But I'm trying to give respect. Yeah. Jennifer, again, these are your opinions, and I can just, feedback. Yeah. And she has threatened her with, threaten others, including yourself, with sons, and all based on lies she has helped create. If that is true, that doesn't reflect very well, but she could say, God, and he does. He judges each man, right? But then if you believe in the word of God, there's parts that you could go to that would talk about that too. Cups of Conversation says, it seemed like Pam was explaining what made her fall back from Val, while Val wanted to speak about why she felt Pam became her friend to begin with. That's fair. Yeah. If Val was, let's go back to the beginning. Let's see how it began. Yeah. That's a part of getting an understanding, right? Telling you all plays are being conducted. Some pawns and some collateral damage. Mm-hmm. Could be some manipulation going on. Accountability, that's key. Oh, so it's Trees who is the common denominator between Pam and Val, and their differences. I did hear her name brought up. I'd have to, again, how did all this start? Plotter. Yeah. Plays and payments. Now, people who've been around long enough know there's pay to play. You've seen it, even if people don't acknowledge it. Multitasking while you're doing some things this morning. That's what you gathered, Cups. Let's see. I gathered from the live, in my opinion. I love a good testimony. Beautiful. Yeah. Again, maybe said another way. Yeah. Scorched earth language. That's kind of harmful. Yeah. Let's see. Comp says, and I think Kimmy was trying to understand how it all went. Left, yes. She thought they made up. I think in one part, at least, and I need to listen further, but my understanding is Pam that's it. No coming back. I'm done. Yeah. And I'm talking about if they were real, friends. I'm not talking about associates, people. If a person calls herself a friend, but maybe they have a different definition, I didn't even know. I'm just listening like everybody else without knowing. It sounds as if people have like friends. Have they visited one another? That if you have sat down and broken bread with someone, friends. Yeah. Not virtual friends. Yeah. Are they more than virtual friends? I'm asking. Mhm. So if they are and they've sat down, they know each other's families and they've shared, you know, things between them. It hurts anyone if you're friends with someone, if you trust one another. Friends trust. Friends trust. That's how friendship is built. You cannot, this is my opinion. How can you call yourself a friend if you can't trust that person? Yeah. How can I? No. We were friends, or it ends here. I mean, friendship holds to me a certain connotation and certain, meaning too. You know, and it hurts deeply if friends betray. Yeah. Jennifer says, I haven't listened to what is going on between them now, but Pam and Val have been into it before. Okay, so this is nothing new. Pam called and spoke to Val's husband. He said he told Val to stay off YouTube. She's made her own decisions. He makes a recommendation if that's true. Yeah, and another thing, I mean, I don't want to get into a person's, whatever their situation is, medically or whatever. But I thought I heard Pam say that, when she learned something, that, it's kind of like you want to make amends, I think. Yeah. But I don't know. Right. How close were they? That's a good question. How long were they friends? That too has meaning. Yeah, a friendship. Yeah. But it's like denying this, attacking. Who's the victim? Who's the offender? Who's been hurt? Are both hurt? She's the liar, the abuser, both back and forth, minimizing each other's argument, number of this, number of that. Was some of it performative? I thought I read or saw something. Was it performative? Yeah. Were there receipts? And what did we learn from the recording? Once it was playing, what did you learn? I'm going to make that an open question. What did you learn? Did it prove something? And whose point did it prove? Mm-hmm. Was there anyone being disingenuous with this so-called apology? Who is supposed to apologize? Can a third person be confirmed? Did somebody go on record, to back someone up? Did it really happen? It's kind of like just questions to throw out, to my audience. Just kind of some thoughts, I guess. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I left with how close. Cups wants to know how close were they and how long. At one time, Jennifer says to Cups, they seem pretty close. However, I don't know that they had been friends very long. Too much breaking up and making up. That's, the YouTube streets, the YouTube friendships. When someone continually shows me who they are, I believe them. Were there trolls and that's rhetorical, present who were just egging things on, agitators? Yeah. Mhm. You learned that the troll farm is real. Did you see the distractions? I'm sure that they were numerous. It's like, who do you believe? Mm-hmm. You know, they both at times made points. Yeah. But in the end, did it move the needle? Yeah. First you love me, then you hate me. That's a game for fools. That's the lyrics to a song. Did you see me go up as a man? Um, I must have missed that. Was that something that was said, or is that something was a song? I don't know. Again, I didn't watch all of it, but I'm sure that has some meaning to it. That's kind of interesting, though. Yeah. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Again, these are just, my opinion, my point of view. Do I have to talk about it? No. Is it interesting enough that I might want to comment like I did this morning? Yeah, because I haven't really commented on it. Oh, no, someone went on Kimmy's panel as me. Oh, you mean a troll? Oh, wow. Okay. Distractions. Yeah, I was skipping through just some parts. Yeah, maybe. Are you talking about there were there was a guy that was on the panel like for a moment and think he was dropped? Is that? But I didn't catch who was he was pretending. I mean, he came on as I didn't. I'd have to go back and look. Oh, I haven't read my DMs this morning. No, I haven't in a while. Let's see. Oh, Danat was on the panel. Was that Danat?
Denied. We can't hear you. Let me unmute you. I can't because of your expensive equipment.
Yeah, I don't want to play Kimmy's video. Okay, but I can see some of the chat. I don't know a lot of these people. Yeah, but every, content creator has different followers. And some are the same. How did it end? Lots of trolls. Trolls gone wild. That wasn't Donat. Wow. You see, this one of the reasons why, panels is like kind of the fear factor. You could get, corn bomb. Trying to stop the conversation from happening. So then they chimed in on just, it was like a coincidence when they came into the chat. Yeah. We've seen that happen. Someone else went up as Kimmy's mod also. Now I'm going to ask a wild card question. Who would be motivated, you think, to stop the conversation between Val and Pam? Is it that's when they interrupted? Or between, or just, just the conversation, I'll just say. Jennifer. I don't know much about Pam. She came on the scene after I tapped out for the most part. I'm not saying they both didn't have a part. I'm just saying of what I know about Val over the years. Soon as Val went up, then the trolls entered to interrupt the conversation. Oh, I didn't know. Someone recently got corn bombed. Kimmy had dropped the link for others, but trolls went up. So I'm sure, however she does it to clear them from the backstage. I don't have panels that often, so. But, wow. They sounded like ChatGPT. Okay. Oh. That had to be wild. So I'm sure Kimmy was able to get that managed because, yeah, the conversation went on. It was a troll party. Very wild. Oh, okay, Jennifer. Well, in that instance, Valor was been close to Robot for a long time, and Kimmy is suing Robot, so you do the math. Okay. They weren't as fast as you did. Oh, ooh. I've got to ask then, did their channel get struck when that happened? That's very frightening, for your channel. Yeah, that's something. Yeah. They didn't know much, just giving generalized opinion. Oh, when asked. Yes, there was. Okay. I'm going to have to go back. Like, tell me more. Tell me more. Like, explain what's going on. And they couldn't answer the question. Okay. Oh, that happened to you recently? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. So just please clear me up real quick. I don't want to go further. Maybe you're answering a different question. That's a yes, I take it. On your recent life. Oh, when you first started. Okay. Okay. We would have heard about that. Wow, when you first started. I didn't know about that. So they've been doing this. This has been a tactic for years. I don't know why I've thought, last year or whenever I first heard about it. Or the year before. So it's been around. It's a tactic. And it's very cruel because how do you explain that to YouTube? Because the bots are watching or, whatever. They just take it down. It's like they're always watching. Or YouTube. Think it happened to AT2 back in the day. There are definitely, it happened to her. It happened to me. And there's a video out there. I could call a name. Is that who did it? There's two people I always seem to get. Let me think. If you don't in your live immediately and private the video, they will take your channel. Yes. When that happens. It happened to Andrea too. So they target people. Yeah. It's like whatever they can resort to that they think can take your channel down. And that can happen quickly. Didn't it happen to Sweet Pea? But, too. Wow. Seems like I remember that. And they use your profile to do it. Cubs. Yeah, it's awful. Yeah. It's 11:30 exactly. We could say more on this. Wow. And I've been on live for an hour, 58 minutes. Yeah. Who did all these people have a run-in with? Yeah. Common denominator, common tactic in terms of listen to the language and things that go on. I'm just really suspicious now on of some other things. I don't want to say. Yeah. Because just notice, certain people that run in the same kind of orbit. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes people play off of one another. Yeah. Email me at unwinewithteddy@gmail.com. But now it's time. Yeah, I want to finish up. Yeah. I said by 11:30. And we've run our course this morning. Cub says, this is bigger than what people think. Yeah. Much bigger. Well, there will probably be more of it. No doubt. That's going to do it for me, though, for now. I do plan to come back sometime later. And yeah, check out the Unwind with Teddy community wall for updates, changes. Do y'all remember when they used to come into chats and bomb it with links? Oh, I remember. At least once. Great tea this morning, Teddy. Thank you. Glad you stopped by and listened and gave input. Yeah. All right. We're going to end it there. Biggest bear hugs go out to each and every one of the Grizzlies and Honey Bears. Please hit the like on your way out. I hope you enjoy your Saturday. That's it. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Teddy. Have a great Saturday.
널 다시 만났던 그날 하필이면 꿈이지도 않았는데 눈이 마주친 순간 빨개진 너의 얼굴이 아직 날 좋아하나 살짝 궁금해 몰래 다가가 널 Move